Our MC is a transformational leader with an interest in social innovation and rural development. For the past decade, she has served in various portfolios within the public service and academia. She is the director of NABSA Innovation Solution, where she provides consultation services to innovators, entrepreneurs, small, medium, and micro-sized enterprises. She holds a PhD from the University of Western Cape and an MBA from the University of Stellenbosch. She is currently working as the Technology Transfer Manager at Walter Sisulu University. Apart from her corporate responsibilities, she spends her time in various community development initiatives, particularly those pertinent to education and small business support. Please welcome Dr. Ncebakazi Galada.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and morning to the viewers who are watching us live. We are at the first of its kind business breakfast hosted by Group 500 Investment, where today we will be impacting and empowering women in leadership and women in business. I would like to encourage you to settle down, and we're going to be going on a very high note. Please make sure that you have your notepads, you have your pen and paper in order to make sure that you don't miss any single information that is shared in this platform. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know that we are living in unprecedented times, the times where even the socio-economic space is so volatile, it's so uncertain, and it's so complex, and with so much ambiguity. So it is very important to make sure that during these trying times, if you are in leadership or whether you are in business, you make sure that you are always on track with the times. Where there are ways of being innovative, you need to be innovative. Where there are opportunities for you to disrupt the existing economies, these are the times where we need to make sure that whatever challenge that we're facing, we then turn that into opportunities. So I am sure, and I want to affirm you and make you be aware that today you will be impacted today. You will be given tools where to know where to go for whatever area of your business that you want to either venture into or that you want solutions for. So there will be so much information that will be shared. For on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we also know that as a country, this is a month of women. This is a month where we celebrate unsung and unsung heroes, those that are already celebrated and those that you won't even see them in the front pages of magazines and newspapers. But today, it is also about raising the flag and to share and showcase what those people are doing right in our backyards, right in our neighborhoods, right in our townships, right in our rural villages. So every area where women are taking space in leadership, where women are taking space in business, today we are about to venture into that space to get to know what they are doing and also to get to empower them. Those perhaps who are saying, I don't have means to start a business, I've always wanted to start a business, but you don't have means, you don't have solutions. Group 500 is awarding us that opportunities to know where opportunities are, to know how to solve those challenges. Right now, with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like us to, we're going to just have a quick intro of our one of our speakers, Mr. Loyiso Bete, who will just give us a brief overview of what Group 500 are glued on our screen right now. We are again live on our Facebook page. If you're not following us, check us out, Group 500 investment page, follow that up, share, create what you call these watch parties, so that even people who are not in that page can be able to follow through the discussion through your pages.
Project managers and social entrepreneurs. This speaker is a founder of Hearts of Carolina. He studied business management and specializes in project management. He is a member.
Okay, let's give him a hand of applause, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning. Are we all good? Great, great. I've got my grip here. Those who were in the rural schools will remember when you did not start your books very well, you have a grip book just to check if your answers are correct. Okay, thank you very much for having us, our honorable guest, Ashrin from Nedbank, provincial small business manager. Can you make this mic sound better? I don't know if I'm hearing other. We've got online Dr. Mampela. Dr. Mampela Rampele, I think she's watching us as well, as she will be connecting with us later. I would like to greet her as well. Our honorable guests, the Group 500 advisory board members, they are all sitting on the which one is my left? This one is my left, this one is my right. So they are sitting on my right. So I would like to greet them as well and welcome them in this beautiful day. I want us to relax and enjoy the day. Let me put this mask. You will forgive me, I think I'm at a distance with everyone, so I can't give anyone any corona, so just in case I have. All right, allow me to, as a man of clergy, I hope you will allow me to just make a reference to biblical scripture, just so you get where my wisdom is coming from. I think somewhere in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26, it says, let us make a man into our own image. I think it is God, according to the Bible, who said those words. And then he said, let us bless them. And then when he blessed the man, he said, be fruitful, multiply, subdue, replenish, and take dominion. 5 principles given to men. I think most importantly is that fruitfulness goes with 2 or 3 things. Fruitfulness will go with ideas, insights. If you are a fruitful person, you need to have ideas and insights and also concepts. I think it is an idea today that has brought us in this place. The reason why today you are able to see on these nice walls a name written Group 500 Investments. It is an idea, but it is not just an idea. It is a conceptualized idea and has come to fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce to you Group 500 Investments. Whilst I'm doing that, I would like to make a quote from old Native American expressions that says, we do not inherit the earth from our parents, but we borrow it from our children. And if that is true, and I think it is, then we are in deep, deep trouble. Because some of you are scholars, so you might know that 2,000 years, 200,000 years ago, there were 1 billion people on planet Earth. And today we are 7 billion people on planet Earth. And it is actually has taken 100,000 years to multiply into 7 folds. The biggest problem is that now the experts tells us that it's the resources that we have on planet Earth are only enough for 9 billion people. And if we exceed that number, we will face what is called ecological collapse of planet Earth. Then it means we are definitely in trouble. Unless there would be a very innovative way of making things change in this planet Earth. I think as I'm going to introduce to you Group 500 investments, it is necessary to tell you that in this day and age, the only businesses or the only social innovative projects that will make it is projects that will take consideration of our environment and of our social impact environment activities. And I want to encourage us today that as we are here listening to me, that whatever we do, we should not be only driven by profits only, because our obsession with fossil fuel, extracting, manufacturing, and all these sort of things are actually killing our planet. There's a book written by one of the former advisor of George W. Bush in America, Jeremy Rifkin, where he says the bill for industrial age has finally come in. And if the projections are correct, then it means we are going to pay very, very high, the ecological collapse of planet Earth. So I want us, as we speak today and as we engage, we take into cognizance some of those very most important aspects of our life. Because I believe all of us here, when we think about business, we think about profits, we think about making more money, we think about all those sort of stuff. But today, I want to change you a little bit so that you consider that if you are going to do business, you need to do it on planet Earth. And we have one planet Earth covered by green canopy. And if we destroy it, we will not have another one. Group 500 is an enterprise development company meant to develop women-owned entities. As we are gathered here today, we are here to sort of make some kind of introduction of what Group 500 is all about. Group 500 is helping to develop businesses that are owned by women. We will remember that many a times women have been marginalized, they have been undermined, and there have been all sorts of negativities thrown against our women. And the truth of the matter is that we are absolutely nothing without women. These ladies, some of them carry us for 9 months. If you give a woman anything, they multiply it. The list can go on and on and on, telling you stuff that you know that can be done by women. And unfortunately, our society have been engineered to disadvantage women. So we decided that let us sit down, whilst we want to do business and make profits, but let us sit down and look into the market and find a gap where we can say we will focus entirely half of our life in developing women. So that is the most important thing about Group 500. Now, you need to understand price development. It is a language that is barely understood. Even our corporates, fortunately today, we've got NetBank in our midst. Thank you very much for coming. It means you are making a recognition of the fact that we need to put an emphasis in developing women. So I think it is mostly important to understand that while we're doing it, we've got to do it correctly, and we also have to do it without being in hurry. Because if we do that, we are going to make the very same mistakes some of the programs that have been implemented in South Africa have made. And it is very important also, whilst we're trying to gain whilst we're trying to emphasize on what our democracy has brought us, to take notice that even government at this point in time, if you might have heard on the news, they've been talking about 40% of the preferential procurement that must be given to women. So we are going to follow that up, and we are going to go to each and every corner that speaks about enterprise development for women, in order for our women to be able to make it in the marketplace. Now, I also want to emphasize that Group 500 as an enterprise development company is an initiative that seeks to recruit 500 women that we are going to pilot and put it into different business activities where we can train, incubate, and develop and make them ready to face the marketplace. I do understand that people tend to think, okay, where are you going to get the money to do all that? Well, we've been conducting a lot of one-on-one with our women. They also ask the same question. Well, to make our life much easier, we tell them we are going to get them the money. But I think they need to understand that they've got their money in their hands, but it's just that they don't know how they should get it. So we fill in that gap. And we don't want them to focus on where the money is. We want them to focus on crafting the skill of getting that money. So in a nutshell, that's what Group 500 is all about. But I want to encourage you to visit our website, www.g500.co.za, and see more of what we do. Fortunately, our friends, Anton, the traffic, please also visit their website. They are our partners. They're busy with our digital marketing and assisting us in that regard. Anton and Martin, they are nice friends. It's good to see you guys. You look beautiful, by the way. Yeah, so that's all about Group 500. But just before I go down, there's a wonderful lady in our midst. Her name is Numisa. If you're looking at this is spinach, which was planted on a 3,000 square meter. Numisa, please come on front. This is Numisa. She has done wonders for us, and she's been trending on the news and everywhere. Yeah, so she's such an amazing girl, and she has helped. She is the one who's planting the spinach. Her spinach was sold in one day on that 3,000 square meter where she planted. So we are busy with her. We've got a land for her to plant more spinach, and we will unlock a lot of funding for her. And this a book, A Passion for Freedom, written by Dr. Mampela Rampele, one of the guest speakers for the day. This book is gonna belong to Lentwazana Ncumisa to read. She must learn from the best and from the legend. So thank you very much for that. You will take it later. It's just making some nice decoration here. Yeah, maybe they can take a photo of you standing next to it. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Group 500.
Make sure that whatever that we're doing will comply with the law. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue to celebrate our entrepreneurs that were just introduced. Ncumisa, as we've heard, that she's doing amazing work in the space of agriculture. Give her another round of applause. Just before our next speaker, we're just going to quickly get to hear in detail what Mr. Mbete was telling us about what Ncumisa has done. There's just a short clip of video that is going to tell us more of her journey. So let's just keep watch and celebrate her in the process. As you know that we live in the technological times, and technology sometimes doesn't work according to our schedule. While the technical team is busy loading the space, ladies and gentlemen, I want to believe that it's almost impossible for you to be able to run a successful business without understanding the leadership dynamics. As you've heard that part of our speakers, we have speakers who are also going to be impacting us in leadership. Because once you are in business, you need to deal with people. And we know those species are not easy species to handle. So you need to know your game. You need to know when to raise the bar, when to lower the bar, when to change gears. So while we're waiting for that, ladies and gentlemen, get yourself ready to know that what it takes for a leader, what it takes for a businesswoman to succeed. I think Ncumisa's video is ready, and ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy.
My name is Ncumisa Mkhabile. I'm 27 years old, female farmer from Khayelitsha in Cape Town. In farming began in March when the lockdown and pandemic hit. I was forced to actually close down my restaurant. So that is where the chicken journey began. So what happened is I was actually buying chicken from a supplier and doing door-to-door deliveries. So when I saw that the demand for chicken was high, I actually decided to be the supplier myself. Initial plan was to actually plant green pepper in September, but then I saw that we're still in winter. Why wait for September? So I went to the internet and searched for what I can actually plant in winter. So that is where I saw that you can actually plant spinach in winter. So the reason why I decided to plant spinach is because spinach is easy to maintain and it can also survive any weather conditions. So at the moment, I have 7 people who are currently working at the farm. So that is like the biggest achievement for me because I'm creating employment. The dream is to actually be a commercial farmer where I can actually produce and supply fruit and vegetables to businesses or companies all over South Africa. It's such an honor to be part of the Group 500. I'm also grateful for the mentorship that I'm going to receive. So I encourage all the youth and all the women who want to take part in farming or want to pursue a career in farming to join this amazing team.
Let's give her another round of applause. Well done, Ncumisa, and may you continue to grow in your business. Ladies and gentlemen, as I earlier indicated, we are also here to be impacted in leadership. Our next speaker for this session will be Mrs. Nosandi Dlamini, who is also the director of Women in Leadership, and I can confidently say that I am one of her products. I've learned what you see today, or those at least who know me, who I am and what I do, they can testify that I am the product of her hands. Let's give her a round of applause as we also waiting for her bio to be loaded.
This speaker is a director of 3Ts Equip, public speaker in corporate and also religious sector. She studied community development and is a founder of 3Ts Equip, which is a business coaching and mentorship company. She is a president and founder of Women in Leadership, which is a big organization focusing on uplifting and developing them to take full ownership of their economic lives and also to master the art of leading in a predominantly male environment and beyond. Please help us welcome Nosandi Dlamini. This speaker is a
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for all of you for responding to the call and taking some time out to be with us today. We really appreciate, we know that it's a Friday. Some of us are supposed to be at work, and some of us are going to be asked by our bosses, where have you been, and your leave days and all those issues. So we really appreciate that you have taken time out and be with us today. By the way, it's a Women's Month, ne? So we need to put a bit of some vavavoom in this gathering. I feel a bit of some tension. Can we put it together just for yourself that you are here and that you're looking beautiful? The part that I've been asked to speak today.
Hi, my name is Zugiswa Sime.
Okay, Zugiswa is a bit of an excitement today. She wanted to speak before me. Zugi, your turn will come. I've been asked to give a bit of a brief background of women in leadership, and then also to speak a little bit on Group 500 Investments, as we have all been here invited by this most amazing initiative for our women. If I can just give you a little bit of, can I put this down here? Thank you. Just a little bit of a few pointers that I would like us to look into this morning, especially or in particular on women, looking at a woman as a leader. I've got a few of the pointers that I would like us to go through just a little bit. A woman leader is one of the most fundamental or components of leadership that we can look into. She is a female leader who is not going to be coming into a space and bringing her own thing that is not really there in a leadership space. We all know that leadership is universal. When we're talking leadership, we're talking a few components of leadership on that. Leadership. And some of us can refer to a visionary leadership. Those are part of leaderships that we have, that we are experiencing on a daily day on a business environment. But then at the same time, as we are looking into this, we are not saying when a woman leader is coming into a space, she is bringing something that is not there. But instead, we are saying a woman leader is somebody who is coming into a space bringing her own area of uniqueness. A woman, if you allow me to say today, is that a woman is like a center base of society. She is a center base of a home. She is a center base of a community. When we are talking of a woman, you're talking sort of like a plug, if you would allow me to refer to that, where everything runs through and to her. And when we're talking now into a business space, We are looking into a woman bringing those special qualities. You can even allow me to say those soft sports skills that she has that makes her leadership unique and special. It is a woman that when she comes into a space, whether in a leadership aspect or in a home, in a community, in a society, you will immediately feel her presence, because she will make sure as she comes, she doesn't just want to appear in the area of dignity, but one area of her strength is to make sure that she looks at the people in the eyes and takes care of their needs. So when a woman comes into a space as a leader, she is coming into a space as a leader to make sure that everybody, whether in the boardroom or in the team or in the home or wherever she is, that the needs of these particular individuals are taken care of. If I can make an example with Nomisa Mkabile's story, how she started a business, she was in the catering business. And then from there, she started looking, what is it that I can do now that COVID-19 has hit, but I still want to continue in the business space. But how am I going to move in the midst of all these challenges? She then took up the challenge. She went on to Google. She started doing her own research in finding out, because I am in love with cooking and I have connected with the kitchen, because she's a woman most. Now I need to continue to make sure that I deliver the service in the area of catering, but this time around, let me rather move into the supplying space than just cooking and making sure that I deliver food. So you can see there that the elements of still wanting to continue to take care of the needs of the people, of the community, of the society, of the home, have now converted into a most powerful business. And now we are looking into this young lady from Khayelitsha, and her mother is in the rural areas back in the Eastern Cape. She is not only getting profits in order for us to benefit, of course, it's one of those reasons, but also she is now at a position where she is becoming the breadwinner of the home. She is seeing to her sisters and brothers, and she is able to also provide for her mother in the Eastern Cape. Now that's a power of a woman leader we are talking about. When a woman is in the space of leadership, or when you have a woman or you are investing in a woman as a leader, you must know that you are investing into making your organization stable. Because when a woman comes into a place, she commits and she is loyal, not only just for her to gain profits, but for her, she is loyal into the purpose of the organization. She is also loyal into the mission and the vision of the organization. She is also loyal in making sure that she keeps things stable. Just like in a home situation, she will also bring it into the business aspect. So we are here to say, it's been a long time we've been waiting to see and finding women having equal opportunities, but society didn't know that by putting women aside, they're actually missing out on making sure that their teams are going to be built, their people in the organizations are going to be taken care of. At the same time, they are missing out in stabilizing the organizations and the businesses that are being started or that they are existing. So women, allow me to say, hey man, we are power. Now, if you are now hearing about Group 500 Investments as an organization, many of us will be wondering, what is it that you guys are trying to do? We are just here to say, you know what, to our aunties and our mothers and our sisters in our communities, in our homes out there, we are saying, from starting your own business that you have built out of the strength and the skills that you've had on your own, we are now moving you into a position where you are going to be part of a community of 500 women. From the Stokvel background that we've had growing up in our townships, every Saturday of every month, you must prepare. Your mother is going to tell you, yay, the aunties are coming. We must cook. We must make sure that we're preparing and all the Tupperwares are in place and all that, because there's going to be a gathering that particular Saturday. Now we are taking that same mindset and that background that we grew up with, but this time around we are saying, let us now move into a commercial space where we are not going to be doing business on your own for yourself, and people are going to look at you as the auntie in the community who is making it. But this time around, we are saying, let's move as a group. Let us move as a community of women that are going to add value to our society and our community. Yes, Mama. You know, you feel me, man. Let's move into a space where we are doing this and doing business as a community. Let us impact our community and also our people, moving as in teams, because we are women. We have power of stabilizing things. We've got that ability. It's in us. We are nurturers. We take care of homes. We take care of families. We take care of our husbands. We take care of our brothers. You know, we stabilize the community and make sure that things are in place. So now we are saying, instead of you rising on your own and doing your catering business and doing farming on your own, somewhere in the corner, struggling somewhere in the corner, how about we come together and be a community that when you are facing challenges, you will have 500 women who are going to give you sisterhood in the business space. That when you are facing problems and challenges, you will have people to bounce back to. At the same time, Group 500 will be your accountability structure. At the same time, Group 500 will provide for you the skills and the many other things that you would need in order for you to be able to move forward. So in other words, we're saying as a company, you are not just starting your business and pushed into a position where you are going to fail tomorrow, discouraged tomorrow, because now you don't know. You've tried to knock in this door. You've tried to put in your proposal. You've tried to articulate this. You've knocked into this particular space and you are facing so many challenges. But this time around, we are saying, if we come together, our voice is heard much more. It has a weight. We are more recognized. And somebody out there who has a heart in adding value to communities and societies will look into a Group 500 community and say, these are women that know what they're talking about. And because they have a structure that is looking into everything that they do, I think we can put into something here. I think we can listen into these women here, because they are not just doing anything fumbling in the air, but they are actually have gone out there to look for somebody who is going to incubate their businesses and make sure that they provide the necessary skills and the knowledge, the trainings, the workshops, and any other thing that is needed for our businesses to survive. So to our women online and also the women here in our audiences and everybody who is listening to us today, we are saying Group 500 is that particular initiative. Group 500 is seeking to provide the value to a life of women who has been struggling, discouraged, a life of a woman who has started a business and even said, I'm not going to move forward because of limitation. But I'm really not the right idea for me. So we are saying we are there to provide that kind of a support and that kind of an empowerment, so that you will not be discouraged, hit by the challenges in the business sector, but you will know that you have a strong support base that is there to say to you, forward you go, and you will achieve your goal. So as I am closing, thank you very much. As I am closing, we also have got a powerful video that you would like also to look into. One of the young ladies who has done an amazing work, who has been in our townships in Nyanga, one of our townships in the Nyanga region, and she has actually collected all the young boys who have been stuck in gangsterism and also stuck in a community gang of drugs and all that kind of a vibe. She has seen an opportunity and she said, instead of me sitting down and say, oh crime, these boys, oh the drugs, let me do something about it. And she is now in a position of actually raising up a solid and a huge, big structure that will be a center. And so she has started a football association, taking up the boys out of drugs and out of the community, not doing anything and bringing value to them, and many other things that pains to what she does. Please enjoy the video. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zugiso Simelukane. I am an entrepreneur and founder of Onesimo Soccer Academy. Onesimo is a community-based project that is increasing youth participation in sport by developing football players from juniors up to seniors. We also offer a variety of programs that are aiming at diminishing crime in our society. In 2006, I produced a short story about gangsterism lifestyle of youth in Crossroads, and also the effect of lack of sport in the society. In 2011, I made a follow-up of the boys I made the story about, and it was so unfortunate. Half of them were dead. Some of them were killed through gunshots, some through Mob Justice Act, and some were not in their right state of mind due to long-term use of DIG. When they leave school, they enter violent neighborhoods with no adult supervision. So this is where they get to be at risk of being involved in criminal activities. I then discovered that something needs to be done in our community. So Onesimo Academy was established as an intervention. We offer video production and photography services. We do company profiling, conferences, events, public service announcements for different organizations. If I win this prize, what will I do with the prize? My business is new. I was always working as a freelancer. I will definitely open a business account with Nedbank, and I will also buy a laptop for my business. The skills that I will be receiving at Group 500, not only will they help me in my business, but they will help me in building this remarkable project that is doing wonders in my community.
Wow, that's really impressive. Let's give her another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Also another round of applause for Ms. Nosandi Dlamini for such an encouraging words and that view of what women leadership is about. I don't know what you've captured, but for me, what I've learned from her is that leadership doesn't just start in the corporate or in the office. It starts right there at home, right there in your communities. The challenges that we are facing in our communities, we are then able to take leadership roles and gather our family members, our friends, the community members to bring back those solutions for whatever challenge that we're facing. We've also seen with the Spinach Project, we've also seen with the videography that we've just seen about the young men in the townships who are exposed to crime, but through this project they are able now to be put together to things that they are passionate about and to be responsible members of the society. Let's again, ladies and gentlemen, celebrate those activities. Now, as I said earlier, we are changing gears from a lower gear to a higher gear. So continue to engage. If you have friends on your social media spaces, tell them, please, whatever that they were doing, they can put it on hold around the clock. Who have experienced that? Is it only me? Because you find that during the normal working days, you'll go to the office 8 o'clock, 10:30, you have a tea time. At lunchtime, you go for lunch, you even go to your other things. 4 or 5 o'clock, you check out and go to your own business. But with the lockdown, and they don't mind calling you after 7, and you're thinking, work, why? 10 o'clock, there's a call, there's an urgent meeting, there's always all of these things. So we live like around the clock. So do encourage everyone that if they can make means of pausing whatever that they're doing, this is one of the businesses or of the opportunities that they don't want to miss. So if you are with us on live, Please engage with us. Tell us more also what you are doing in the space. And also if, as you have heard, what Group 500 Investment is offering, maybe there are things that you believe that they can also meet your needs. Please make sure that you share what your needs are. And I can assure you that we will be able to get back to you and make means of also making sure that we cater for your needs. Ladies and gentlemen, you probably have seen that, as Mr. Mbete has said earlier, that we are not alone, but we also have our partners, Nedbank, who have been generous enough to say, as the corporate that is active and is one of the leading sectors in the financial space, they cannot just remain silent, which is something that I think it's worth celebrating. Can we just give them a round of applause? 'Cause
on the amazing work they're doing. So well done. I'm actually humbled being here this morning. I was going to do this virtually, and eventually when Loyosa spoke to me, I thought, let me come join this team. There's no better time than Women's Month to show that we really can do this as women. So accolades to everybody here this morning. So one of the things, and I did have a presentation to share with you about Nedbank, but I think it's more appropriate to talk to you about why Nedbank. We are the Green Bank, and a lot has been spoken this morning about being aware of what's going on with the environment. I can stand here and safely say we're number one amongst the big corporate banks. You would see that we are always socially responsible. We take most of the accolades and awards for ensuring that we are green. So that's something I pride myself in. Women's Month is really an apt month. And if you look at what's going on right now during COVID, why would we be so interested in partnering with somebody like Group 500? I can say, and I've only been in Cape Town for 2 years, I've relocated to Cape Town, And why small business? If you listen to our president, the best way to take this country from where it is to another level is to ensure that small businesses start realizing the potential to make money. So why should you consider Nedbank? So the Nedbank Small Business Division is not an 0860 number. I represent Nedbank, and as you've seen, we mostly pride ourselves with relationships. In the first 18 months of a business starting, and I love the incubator program that's run, most small businesses fall flat. Nedbank has realized that, and we've seen it especially during COVID. So if you look at all of the financial aid that has become available during COVID, many of our small businesses cannot go to a bank and ask for financial help. It is very evident that somehow, as much as small businesses do very well, they don't have the financial accolade or the backing to make sure they take their businesses when it starts to fruition and to grow their business. So that's something Nedbank totally prides ourselves in. So what we do as a small business division in the Western Cape, we offer you relationship banking. Relationship banking means you will have a single point of contact. You will talk to one person when you come in to open an account. During this very evident crisis, Nedbank has further done a lot of homework to say, how do we help our small businesses without making it too expensive? And we've just launched, so if you go into the Nedbank website, you will see that we've just launched a zero-fee small business account. That means you don't pay for fees. It is an account that you can go online digitally. So you don't, the one thing you have to do is open your account online. You will then be referred via our contact center to a relationship banker closest to you. This then starts your journey to start banking. Further to this, as part of the incubation programs done via Nedbank, we offer you, and I'm quite happy, I did say to Luyesa previously, we offer a 3.5-hour online program free of charge for all small businesses that want to join us, so that you can come in and learn, how do I start my business? How do I do a good business plan? And we teach you. It's free of charge. So if you are interested in something like that, we are more than happy to partner with you virtually to teach you the ropes of business. When you grow your business as a bank with this dedicated relationship banker, you also have full access to a contact center. And we know small businesses, sometimes you work later than usual. And banks open at 8, close at 4, and even during COVID, you're seeing the times are. We have a 24-hour contact center that can pick up a call anytime, day or night, to assist you with anything that you're battling with when it comes to banking. So Nedbank is a bank that says, I will support you, I will help you, I will grow your business to become a bigger bank. So those are some of the reasons I strongly believe Nedbank is partnering to make sure that we create more employment in the small business sector, to join with great initiatives like Group 500 to grow. And even more profound is the fact that these are women that are doing it. So my very small story, as a woman in a very predominant credit male environment, I wanted to stand up and show men that I can do credit. And we know women don't do well in math, but I can safely say all of those things that are there inhibiting you, you say to yourself, I can do this and I will do it better than anybody I know. So I encourage you, when you fall down, pick yourself up and ensure that you have, and you honor yourself to make sure that you become the best you can be. My offer to you today is, if you want to talk really growing your business, talk Nedbank. We are here for you. Behind every successful woman, there's a tribe of great women leading her on. I have brought my tribe today, Nomfundo and Liana, who are happy to chat to you. And if you want to come and see us at Nedbank, We're looking forward to that journey. So thank you for allowing us. Thank you for partnering with us, Group 500, and I'm looking forward to a mutually beneficial relationship with all of you here. Thank you very much.
Wow. Another round of applause for Nedbank. What I like from what she just said is that innovativeness of relationship building with their clients. Isn't that amazing? You know, gone are the times when now you're a small business owner, you'll have to queue in long queue. Now you have a banker. Isn't that innovative? Isn't that amazing? You know, people who've made it in life, you know, when you say, no, I've just called my banker. I'm just going to talk to my bank. Now you can also know, flag your black card and say that my banker just said that he'll sort it out, you know? So gone are the days of banking either the mattress, you have a, what do you call service fee free business account that you can open with Nedbank, right? As we have informed you, ladies and gentlemen, that we've ran a competition for our entrepreneurs with Nedbank. So this is going to be the platform where we're going to be announcing our winners. I believe that we have a clip that will introduce one of our winners. As we are getting ready, please share with our viewers online that it's one of those times that someone's business bank account. This is not going to go to buying clothes and all sorts of nice things. This is going to business development, okay? So we've heard that now there are opportunities for small businesses to open their banks. No more getting one of the business members to keep the money and then they use it to their own personal things. Then the next thing, there are quarrels and then the business breaks, right? Now we have formal opportunities to invest and grow our business like professional business people, okay? So I'll hand over to Mr. Mbete and Nedbank so that they can make our announcement.
Okay, thank you very much. We are going to hand over the check. We had announced on our social media and our members about the competition. We received 4 entries, I think, yes. And out of the 4 entries, we just couldn't help but to give this to Zuki Swa. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. 5,000 rand on the dot for her business. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. As now Zuki has we played her video. She will now have this, and she will open her account with Nedbank, and she will buy now her laptop that she always wanted to have, and do a great job into our communities. Yes, yes, yes. So just so we make sure that she does not eat this man with her boyfriend, we will ask Nedbank when she's going there to sign there by our office. Thank you very much. Give it up.
Thank you, Nedbank, for such generosity. Congratulations once again, Zuki, for your prize. And we believe that it will greatly enhance your business and you will really see the impact of such initiatives. So ladies and gentlemen, it's very important when we create these opportunities, please take advantage of them. And one of the things I really find it encouraging, you know, that in business, there are certain sectors that I already know that these ones are male dominated. But it's encouraging to see young women also taking up opportunities in sectors, business sectors that used to be known that, no, these ones, they are for men. Now you can see women in engineering. Now you can see women in mining. everywhere. So there are no limitation. As a woman, if you then still stick to the mindset that says, no, that is a male-dominated, your only limitation. Otherwise, opportunities are there for everyone. Let's once again celebrate her, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to be moving to our next phase. We've now had our starters and appetizers for this business breakfast. Usually for breakfast is breakfast. There's never starters, but there are certain parts of the business. So now I would like, if it's allowed, people in culinary, please don't beat me for this. If there's anything called main course in breakfast. So we are in our main course. Some of you might perhaps read some of the books by our keynote speaker, May Mampela Rampele. If you have not, we are also promoting her books. Please make sure if you are not able to grab them here, they are available on widely, nationally at the bookstores. We have one that says Dreams, Betrayal, and Hope. And we also have another one, Conversations with My Sons and Daughters. I like that because, you know, like we are here now, we are hearing from people who've walked the road. So those conversations are very important, where business leaders are able to share the journeys that they've also walked. And another one we are stealing from Nomisa. Nomisa, we're stealing your book. A Passion for Freedom. And I believe that the reason we are standing here today, we are able to share these platforms, is because some people, our heroes and heroines, they fought for this freedom. And women and young people, I also want to encourage you that it also, that freedom they've achieved for us, it needs responsible leaders. It needs responsible corporate leaders. It needs responsible entrepreneurs to ensure that we also, in a way, show our gratitude by also taking back or leaving their legacy or stepping into their footsteps. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to receive a quick bio as we then going to be connecting with her via the virtual platform. Let's give her a round of applause as we welcoming the video. As it is uploading, ladies and gentlemen, remember we are getting 5 steps of running a successful business. Only 5, nothing more but 5. So make sure that your notepad is ready. If you have a recording button, click that recording button so that you may listen to this. Steps of running a successful
This particular
business. Only
speaker
5,
has had a
nothing more but 5. It's coming. Let's just network in a network platform. Please share. Make those watch parties. If you have questions as listening, please also note your questions on the platform. Whatever that you're capturing, maybe if there's something that is standing out for you, you can just comment about that so that more people can be able to also get the message, because we don't want this to end today, but every tool, everything that will be impacted on, it's something that we need to go and apply in our businesses and our areas of influence.
This particular speaker has had a celebrated career as an activist, medical doctor, businesswoman, and political thinker. She's the author of several books and publications on socio-economic issues in South Africa. Dr. Rampele is co-founder of Reimagine SA and co-president of the Club of Rome. She has received numerous national and international awards, acknowledging her scholarship and leading role in the spearheading project for marginalized people in South Africa and elsewhere. Ladies, please welcome Dr. Mampela Rampele.
Good morning, Molweni, Sanibonani. What a wonderful,
A
wonderful.
recording button, click that recorded button so that you may listen to this. Of running a successful
This particular speaker has had a
nothing more but 5.
Are we ready to go?
Let's continue to comment on our page, drop the questions, share what your business line is, maybe whatever challenges that you are facing in your business. There we can see Nozokomiyataza, we see you. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Are we ready now? Good morning and welcome to this section of your very beautiful virtual breakfast. I love the idea of a group of 500 women entrepreneurs because we Africans learned a long time ago as the first human being on this earth.
Okay, you can continue, ma'am. We can see you are live.
Good, thank you. Well, thank you for inviting me to this wonderful virtual breakfast. The idea of a group of 500 powerful women entrepreneurs is truly a bold idea. And this is Women's Month, so we better be bold. But as we celebrate this month, we need to ask ourselves very tough questions. Why have we been having Women's Day celebrations for 26 years?
Can you please switch off our volumes, those who are live, at least, so that it doesn't give the feedback?
Okay. Why have we been celebrating Women's Month, Women's Day for 26 years, and yet we remain a society where women are still marginalized in leadership positions, marginalized in business, and suffer gender-based violence? And I think what we are required to do when you do something the same way for 26 years and it's not working, you need to change gear. So we can't continue to do the same thing over and over again. And so today I want to draw your attention to the wisdom of one of our best sons of Africa, who is a writer, Ben Okri. I'm going to read you this quotation and then we can unpack it and relate it to our events today. This is what Ben Okri says. Do you realize that you know more than you think you know? Do you realize that if you use all you know and all the possibilities within you, that there is almost nothing that you can't do? More seriously, if you use more than you know, the world will be as paradise. What we know compared to what we don't know is like a grain of sand related to a mountain. But what we don't know, our unsuspected possibilities, is immense in us. That is our true power and kingdom. When nations do amazing things, that is because they create from what they know, and that is a lot. When they do extraordinary things, that is because they create from places in themselves they didn't suspect were there. But when a nation or an individual creates things so sublime, as we heard this morning, in a sort of permanent genius, inventiveness, and delight, when they create things so miraculous that they are not seen or noticed or remarked upon by even the best minds around, then that is because they create always from the vast, unknown places within them. They create always from beyond. They make the undiscovered places and infinities in them their friend. They live on the invisible fields of their hidden genius. What we heard this morning from all of the wonderful things that women are doing from the hidden geniuses within them is what should really give us the courage to be bolder. And this Ben Okri quote comes from a book which I really would ask you to all try and see if you can get, called Astonishing the Gods. Let us go out and astonish, not only the gods, but astonish ourselves. And so today I want us to ask what we need to do to draw from these unknown places within us that will make us succeed beyond measure. And I believe that to do that, we need to do a few things. The first thing is, let us spend time with ourselves to get to know who we are. Because those hidden geniuses within us, we will never know them. We never know that they are there unless we visit inside. Now, when you visit inside yourself, you discover that what you have just been seeing of yourself is a little grain of sand. There is this big mountain called Mampela or Numisa or whoever. And when you know that, you can't say, as someone said this morning, that women can't do math. Excuse me. Mathematics was created on this continent. And women are the creators of every living human being on this earth. And so how can they not do math? What makes us not do math or think we can't do math is because we have not allowed ourselves to liberate the person in us that has been told by a toxic masculinity culture that we are inferior to men. We need to free ourselves from that idea that we are less than. Because we are the creators. We are the co-creators with God of all of humanity. So how can we lack any capability? It's simply that we haven't discovered it. And when that self is liberated, we do amazing things, as we have seen from the women who presented here. And I also want us to go back and love ourselves. This person inside needs to be loved. My heart bleeds when I see women wearing these long weaves that cost them 8,000 rand. Imagine what you can do with 8,000 rand. Why? What's wrong with the Afro? What's wrong with your African hair? What's wrong with your African skin? What's wrong with your African beauty? If you celebrate who you are, nothing can stop you. So let's leave this space today stronger because we have discovered the inner person and we have told that inner person we love you as you are. Second, let's celebrate the women that we are. And as I've already said, we have been chosen to be the co-creators. One of our speakers said that we are the plug through which everything goes. And this plug is not simply an inert plug where people can come when as they please. This is a live plug. We are co-creators, co-inventors, and we give life, but we also shape life. And in that role as the shapers of life, let us not only free ourselves from toxic masculinity images of what women are, please let us today commit to freeing each and every one of our sons. I'm so pleased to hear that there is a woman in this group who is working with young boys whom we have failed young boys in this country. We empower women correctly, empower girls correctly. But if we don't empower boys, we'll always have gender-based violence because that violence comes from fear, from anger, from not being given permission. Everybody has the capacity to show their emotions, including joy and pain. And if we permit the men in our lives, our boys, our fathers, our husbands, to show their vulnerabilities and work together to heal that which is broken, then we will heal gender-based violence. Otherwise, we are just doing ambulance services, screaming and shouting about how horrible it is. Let's go to the source when we have that capacity. But the most important visit we also need to make is the African in us. We are all Africans on this beautiful continent that God chose to be the mother of humanity. And this continent has developed a wisdom captured in Ubuntu. There are different parts of the continent that have got different sayings about it. But what it is about is an understanding that your humanity is only possible in relation to others. Africa is has a relational cultural ethos. And that relationship is not just between human beings, it is also between us and nature. So greenness, ecological harmony is not something that we are picking up from someplace. We were able to evolve as a human race on this continent because we understood that. And so our whole way of doing agriculture is a circular way, it's a regenerative way. Our whole way of relating to animals. We all have totem animals, totem trees. Why? Because we recognize that life is a web that is interconnected. There is a relationship between everything on this earth. And we in Africa have not lost that. But by emulating, by mimicking others, we have lost that. Let's go back to those tributaries of wisdom. And in our entrepreneurship, we can draw from this infinite well of wisdom and infinite well of innovation. Do you know that Africa, for example, is the most advanced in terms of the use of technology in the financial sector? The most advanced. Why? Because we have taken from our challenges as a continent that has vast lands and very little connectivity, because we have yet to develop a governance system on this continent. That includes our beautiful South Africa, that draws from this African wisdom of relatedness, relationality. Not to have a president who is like a god above us, but to have a president who's a servant, cabinet ministers who are servants, officials who are servants. I was pleased to hear about Nedbank and their approach to working with entrepreneurs. That is the African way, where you have a person, not an 086 number, that answers to you. And so this wealth of African culture should permeate everything we do. And the notion of the group of 500 draws very much from the way Africans have always worked together on any big challenge. You don't go and attack a lion alone, you go in a group. Ilima, Litsima. And so you are on the right track in what you're doing, but just be more confident that what you're doing is not just what someone came and got you to do it, but that it is awakening, reawakening within you the wisdom of the ancients. As Loyiso said at the beginning, that we do not inherit the earth from our parents, but we borrowed it from our children, and in my case, our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And if we go about our entrepreneurship work with all of these ideas, all of these cultural riches surrounding us, nothing can stop us. We just are winners. We will win even more because we will win together and create that South Africa, that Africa that has a human heart that governs everything that we do. So go and be even more successful than you are. And thank you, Loyiso, for this initiative. Thank you.
Any question, so that we can also give to Mayor Ramphele to address those questions. I can take one on the floor in the meantime while our media is connecting us. Yes, if you can perhaps come closer so that she can also be able to hear. I can take one on the floor in the meantime while our media is connecting us. Yes, if you can perhaps come closer so that she can also be able to hear. Okay, just a moment. I can take one on the floor in the meantime while our media is connecting us. If there's anything you picked from the message, maybe you can drop on our live stream. We continue to be online. Maybe you have a question. Maybe there's something that you've also captured that you think it's a tool that will work for your business. Please don't just engage us on our live page, Group 500. We're just taking questions for now. So
Thank you
please
for this.
introduce yourself and then you can just briefly ask your question.
Okay, I am Mr. Lizzo. Alisa Lizzo. So what I actually want to ask is something that is outside maybe what she was saying, but it's about Group 500. How
Don't
can
just
Group 500 be able to attract more sponsors? That is my question. How can Group 500 attract more sponsors so as to move forward? Thank you.
I'll request maybe one of the directors of Group 500.
I want to use this one. Okay, thank you very much. I think to answer that question is very simple. The notion of attracting more sponsors is not really we're not moved by many sponsors, but we moved
for small businesses to thrive. Can you maybe share some light and some insight for our entrepreneurs to say, given our socio-political landscape, what could be the best tools that they can utilize, especially during the time of lockdown? For small businesses to thrive. Share some light and some insight for our entrepreneurs to say, given our socio-political landscape, what could be the best tools that they can utilize?
Okay, are you asking me to respond to that?
They can utilize, especially during the time of lockdown.
Okay.
For small businesses to thrive. Share some light and some insight for our entrepreneurs to say, given our socio-political landscape, what could be the best tools that they can utilize?
Okay, are you asking me to respond to that?
Yes, please, ma'am. They can utilize, especially during the time of lockdown.
Yeah, I would like
for
to
small businesses to thrive. Share some light and some insight for our entrepreneurs to say, given our socio-political landscape, what could be the best tools that they can utilize?
I have to say this connection is not very good. Okay, are you asking me to respond to that?
Yes, please, ma'am. I can utilize, especially during the time of lockdown.
I would like
For
to,
small businesses to try. Share some light and some insight for our entrepreneurs to say, given our socio-political
I have to say it's very difficult because the connectivity is not very good. Anyway, the point is, we as women, particularly women entrepreneurs, we have not learned to lobby. There are so many, there are more women than men in South Africa. And yet we get a raw deal because we do not work together to lobby. There has been, for example, 500 billion that was supposed to have small and medium enterprise. What slice have we got from that? Very little. And I believe that it's because we always stand at the back of the queue. It's time for us to step to the front of the queue and demand that we get our share. Second, I think during this lockdown, we have seen just the extent of corruption. Our ward councillors, our municipal councillors, our mayor, in almost every aspect, have failed the people of South Africa, particularly poor and the least able to fend for themselves. And I believe that we need to challenge government. President Ramaphosa has said many remarkable and uplifting, but what is missing is making sure, as he said, that those who are corrupt should be severely punished. Let's give him the names of the people who have abused the money that was supposed to go to support people with food parcels, with sanitizers, masks, and all of the necessary things, including water and sanitation. But second, I think we need to also demand to get a bigger slice of the national funding that has been made available during this lockdown. Women haven't got a share in that. It's all very well to say 40% for women, but more than 50% of women. And we should demand that we have half or more of what is available. Because what women use is always multiplied and it benefits many more people than what men will do with the same level of funding. 100 rand in a woman's hand is like 1,000 rand because it is used in a way that is relational, that makes sure no one is left out.
challenges that we are facing. We won't take any further questions. However, we do want to encourage people that you continue to drop your questions online. Our technical team will ensure that they provide the necessary response to you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's once again give an applause to Mayor Ramphele for sharing such great insight in business with us. Also, if you are there, please be active and you can like and just to celebrate with us so that you don't miss out during the proceedings that we are continuing with. I think we continue also, I think before perhaps we can call one of our directors from Group 500, we just have a small clip of a promotion that we would like to put up. Or we've already finalized those. Okay, that's fine. We've heard, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's unfortunate that most of us here, we've missed most of the communication due to technicalities, but the good thing with technology, all of that information is recorded, so you can be able to go sit down and download the messages and just go through that and make sure that this was not a wasted time, but you're able to capture all that information and be able to go implement it. We are almost wrapping up. As we have said, this is a business brief, but one of the things that I think it was very key for me in her message, it was firstly the identity and to celebrate who you are, because I believe that as South Africans or as women in business, our value or our strength lies in our identity, whether you're in the corporate. If you don't know the identity of your corporate or of your business, it's going to be even difficult for you to promote and maybe come up with strategies to grow that business. But the fact that you know that this is our line of business, this is how we position ourselves, or these are the existing economies, where are the disrupt and come up with either new innovations to even perform better than the leaders in that market or in that industry. So ladies and gentlemen, I believe you can attest to say today was really informative, and it's really up to me and you to go to the field now and implement all that we have learned. We're going to now call upon, we're just going to move to a session of vote of thanks. And once again, we'll call to the podium Ms. Nosandi Dlamini to come and give a vote of thanks before we can officially close the session. Oh, another round of applause? Oh, hand. Sorry. Question. Yes, ma'am. Oh, another round of applause? Oh.
Thank you very much. My name is Nolita Vanda. I just have a question. It might not be a question, probably a homework for Nedbank. Thank you for the information you shared to us. My little homework or question that I am giving you is on around the plowback to the community. What strategy do you have as a Nedbank in terms of plowing back to the community? And if you don't have a strategy, then it can be a homework whereby I would love to see Nedbank gathering other banks and talk about us as members of Group 500 and see what is it that you can do in terms of assisting us with a little funding. As we all know that the contribution towards GDP will never be the same now that there is a COVID-19, which has damaged a lot of our visions. And in addition, there is a lot of corruption that is happening. Therefore, we as a small businesses, there is no hope at all that government will ever assist us. However, we still have to challenge government to assist small businesses. But I would really love to hear from you, what strategy do you have in terms of providing funding for small business, for this group of small business. And I know with the fact that ABSA used to have a local economic development initiative, which for me, if Nedbank can conduct ABSA and find out what do they have in terms of local economic development initiative, and then conduct FNB, Capitec, because all of us here, we are banking with you guys. We are banking with you guys, and we are also looking forward to partner with you as Nedbank. Therefore, you should step up and do something for us. Thank you.
Nedbank is going to take that.
So I can safely say from a Nedbank social responsibility point of view, we do have many CSI initiatives. And if I did have the privilege of sharing, and I think it will be on the website, what we are currently doing. So this is one of the issues I think we've partnered with, which we feel we can partner with you. There are many in the Western Cape we are doing. The Ranyaka one is one of the bigger ones, and you will know that that is also fully women. It's a fully women development program where we look at children, and every single person that banks a certain amount goes to the women there to make sure that their businesses grow. So the Ranyaka one, Google it, you'll see that Nedbank spends a lot of time. During COVID, we have sent out, we've diversified small businesses, so our existing clients, we've helped them diversify what they're doing to go into sewing of masks, partnered with our clients in small business to say, how do we help you to make sure that you can now diversify your business? If you were sewing clothing, how do you sew masks? There are other initiatives similar to that, like soup kitchens, where we funded the soup kitchen to keep our businesses afloat during this time. There are many. From a community perspective, I think what Nedbank does socially and from a responsibility point of view as an employee, we have something called the local program where our staff become volunteers in the local communities. And if they show that they have done sufficient, there's a once-off 15,000 to that community or to that so that we can enhance that business during. So that is just for us. So it's not a matter of handing out money. Nedbank is socially responsible to say your staff need to be involved in initiatives like this. And if you show the initiative, we'll give you the 15,000. There are many local hero programs. I would encourage you. We have something called the Nedbank Foundation. Right now, all our initiatives are mostly around what's happening with COVID, but you're more than welcome to go and look. And as I said, we were happy with this initiative because it was to do with women empowerment, and that's why you're seeing us here. But there's a lot that we do. So I'm quite happy to say, I feel that as a bank, we are making sure that we get there.
Thank you, Nedbank, for those CSI activities.
We will take two more and then we knock it off. I'm sorry, otherwise we will sleep here. Thank you.
Okay, there's one more just in front. Any other, if I can note you? Okay, there's just one more.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Themba Gazinqasa. I'm part of Group 500. I'm making a comment more than a question. First, I just want to say I can attest to the fact that Nedbank is involved with communities. Our organization is a community development organization. It's benefiting from your CSI, so Nedbank Foundation. So yes, there's quite a lot that they are doing, and I'm proud that you are part of Group 500. And another thing that I wanted to say to our directors, Mr. Mbete and Mabno Sandi, although you're so young, Mabno Sandi. Okay, I just want to say, I think I posted on Group 500 that really I'm very much interested on what you are going to do about the 40% that the president has mentioned that he wants to support. Please make sure that we are not left behind. Knock each and every door, guys, do something. Even if the doors can crack, it's still fine. We want to be part of that 40%. Thank you.
The comment is noted, and I believe other business sectors and other corporates that are also watching us online are also taking up notes on these challenges that are posed to them, because at the end of the day, the more we partner on these initiatives, the more opportunities for us to succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we've run out of time. And at this stage, we're just gonna request one of our directors, Ms. Nosandi Dlamini, to come and give us a vote of thanks. If we may just welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, we would like to really say a very big thank you to all of us that are here today. It's a Women's Month, so a big thank you to all the women that are here in the house for taking some time out and really coming and be part of this breakfast. Most of the people were asking us, how is this going to be like? It's a visual breakfast. Are we going to be coming to any place, or whatever the case might be? So a very big thank you so much for really taking time out and be part of this. We really and truly appreciate. Can you please put your hands together just for yourselves to celebrate all our women? And we would like to say a big thank you to our advisory board members who are making sure that they are expressing and helping us to move in a right direction. Each of them has an area of speciality. Like Umama Mtlesi was here standing up and talking. She is our lady who is assisting us on our ECD, that is now early childhood development, and the whole program regards to that, and our project that we are going to be pushing on all our crèches and preschools. So all of our advisory board members have got an area of speciality and working alongside us and making sure that we are moving in the right direction. Thank you so much for coming and being with us today. We really appreciate your honorable contribution into this great vision, Group 500. And then also we would like to say a big thank you to all our members. We've got our women who are here, our power women, boss ladies who are owners of small businesses in different sectors that are here. Thank you, 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 thank you. These are the first women when we went to, we're still, in fact, in our team, we've got Umbete as our driver, and he makes sure that we are we pitch up in meetings, presentations, everywhere where we have to run to. He is the man, and I'm the kitchen lady, making sure that there's food and everybody gets something to eat on the road. And Pastor Lou at the back there, can you please stand up, Pastor Lou, so they can see you? He is the one that really made sure that he knocks in all the doors in our communities, each and every household that is represented here, and all our members. He's been the man behind it all in making sure that the word is spreading and going around about Group 500. So most of the women who are members currently at the moment, they are the first women who take a risk, and were willing enough to take a risk together with us. When we told them about the vision, they said, you know what, we are behind this, we are in this, we are taking, let's go. We are ready. Thank you so much to all our members, and even those that are at home. We really appreciate each and every one of them. And then we would really like to say a big thank you to everybody who has made this day a success. I'm not going to mention word by word, but really and truly, we've really been having people to make sure that everything is in place. And we are going to be personally, together with my partner in crime, to make sure that you are really feeling that you are being thanked, to every team that has made this possible. And then we would like to say a very big thank you to our Nedbank guys. I mean, now, Nedbank is the best. Come on now. We were really trying to make sure that we connect in the week as we were testing, making sure that everything is ready for today. And then Mrs. Scoopy, she just said, you know what? I'm just going to come. I'm going to be there. I will make sure I leave everything behind. I leave the office. I want to see and meet each and every single of our women. And I'm not going to come alone. I will make sure the team as well is together with me. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. You are a shooting star. Thank you, thank you. And a big thank you to our MC. Oh, thank you, girl. And you look gorgeous. And you look lovely. Thank you so much. We really appreciate of running the program smoothly for us. A big thank you to Dr. Rampela Mampela. A big word of thanks. We felt mothered this morning. We really felt the love from a distance. We really felt her heart and her passion of her being an African and standing out as an African lady and making sure that we are not embarrassed, but we are going out there making a solid contribution as an African people. We really appreciate her and we love her so much. And for her to having to accept our invitation, we really feel very much honored. Thank you so much. A very big thank you to her. And then lastly, I'm going to be handing in some small gifts here in the front. Nomisa, you've got a gift here. We've got something for you, as they have already, just come and grab it now and make it practical. We've got something small for you. We really appreciate. We really appreciate. Akona is going to be assisting me with that. Sorry. We call her the Spinach Queen. That's Nomisa for you. When you see her, you just say, hey, Spinach Queen. She will understand, okay, you are connected with Group 500. No, it's not this one.
This one
we mixed it up.
Big for you.
Passion for freedom.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And our MC, you are also getting a small gift from us. Thank you, thank you. With some lovely, gorgeous flowers for you to embrace your womanhood. Thank you so much. Thank you. And our NetBank, Mrs. Goopy, thank you so much for being here this morning. We really, really appreciate you. We really appreciate you. Yes. A nice photo.
Bless you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And there is also some spinach available. Nomisa has brought some spinach for us. Please help yourself. If you need vegetables this morning, let's support her business. Thank you, Ma'am. Nice. We appreciate. There's some also on that side. Oh, okay. Hey, it's time for goodies now. Time for goodies. Let's support Nomisa if you would like some vegetables. How much is this bunch? Yeah?
On auction, it's going to go for 50 rand.
50 rand, yes. Yes.
On your marks, get set, go.
On your marks, get set, let's go. We are having some goodies from NetBank to all our members. If I were you, I would be running now. First come.
Social distance, social distance.
Social distance.
We finish. Thank you. Okay, finish. Okay.
Oh, finish. You snooze, you lose. Thank you so much, NetBank. Thank you, everybody, and for making this day super special. We really appreciate. And a big thank you to my director, Betuna. There is no way we're not going to say a big thank you to this amazing man right here. Thank you, partner.
Thank you, Group 500. Let's give them another round of applause for actually giving us this opportunity to be here. And also from me, before I sit down, I'd also like to thank you. You've been such a wonderful audience. Please give yourselves another round of applause. So before we close, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to leave you with a quote from Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie when she says the real tragedy of our post-colonial world is not that the majority of people had no say in whether or not they wanted this new world. Rather, it is that the majority have not been given the tools to negotiate this new world. So as you know that we live now in our new normal. So we need to normalize that things are no longer the same and things will never be the same. But now the question then is, what do we make up of the tools we've been given? So it's a challenge, ladies and gentlemen, that let's go apply the tools that we've received this morning. So by those words, we've come to the end of the program, and I thank you very much for the opportunity.